Well, how is harvest going? Sure, I can tell you more about it right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man. The answer to your question is, well, blue sky, gray sky. Guess what type of sky is over the place where we need to work? You guessed it. So, I didn't get a lot of footage from harvesting because it was going so good, and we just kept moving from one place to the next, and all I got done was running trucks back and forth, which is the way I like it. However, today we finished one field and we're topping off this truck, and it started raining, and you could see off in the distance it was pouring rain, and I was really kind of freaking out. So luckily we were close enough. I was able to put this whole rig in a shed, not my shed, but somebody's shed, until the rain went past, which also gave me a chance to mess with the truck. The truck kind of progressively started getting worse to where it wouldn't hardly pull itself. It ran fine, but you could just tell it had a miss in it, and it was underpowered and stuff wasn't going right. So what I ended up doing, I don't know why I'm going that way because it's probably all over here. I decided, I pulled all the spark plugs out last night. Nothing really conclusive. Some of them looked worse than others, but they all looked like they should be fine. But what I ended up doing is I put plugs and new wires. These wires look like new. However, they are the kind of wires that have the carbon core, and I hate these carbon core wires. They break down. And I think that's what was happening. They were progressively breaking down. I kind of had it half in and half out of repair, and the first few wires I did made no difference, but by the time I was done, now she's a screaming demon. So yeah, so that was pretty handy. I got that fixed, and as soon as the sky looked blue in the path that I needed to go, I took the truck and headed down there and unloaded this. And so I've got it sitting with the bed slightly up just in case it gets rain, which is very, very likely based on, you know, what I see there. So this can sit here for today. I've got a little bit left on this blue truck. It's hardly worth making a special trip, but we're probably not going to get any more run today. I don't know if we will or not. I'm just going to go run this away and get rid of it so that we can start with an empty truck. Probably tomorrow. We're going to move the combine, you know, closer, and then since that's, you know, something to do, after I'm back with this, I've got a whole ton of stuff I need to go work on real quick for people. That silly soil and water drill, they're complaining that the battery must be going dead in the acre counter because they can't read it. So I guess I'll run over there and put batteries in it. And then that Moline we worked on this winter, was it this winter? The Jetstar 3. It's acting up again. I suspect it's a coil. He told me about it like a month ago, and I got the coil and it's been riding around in my pickup. And so he said, I can put a coil on, and I said, that sounds good to me. So I'm gonna run it over there to him after a while on my way to town to go do those drill batteries. So sure. But my little escape is still sitting in the field, as is the combine and the head wagon. So I'm gonna take this truck when I'm done back over there and just leave it until there's extra riders that can help. And then we'll take the escape. I guess I'll have to come back here and get my pickup because I really need my pickup for all the stuff we got to do, because it's got tools in it. So sure, I bet there's not even 50 bushels on this truck, but I'm gonna go dump it just so it's out of my hair. Just in case we wouldn't get going again for several days. I don't want it sitting on the truck. You can tell by the road, some places it really rained quite a bit. But I like to see that site where there's nothing in the field other than corn, which we'll tackle next. One thing at a time. I think I've already kind of decided that that corn is just going to go straight on that red truck and take it away. I don't even want to see it. I still got corn from last year. I'm going to keep a little new maybe to mix with it and just feed it. I can't bring myself to lose $2 a bushel. I would rather feed it. So that's where we are. I don't know what we got going here, but what we got is people who don't belong out here, sightseeing or whatever. And it's very frustrating because then I have to maneuver differently for them so they can get by, because they're afraid of a big giant truck, you know. Whatever. Like I said, this is hardly worth making a special trip, but this truck has a tarp, and if it's empty, I can leave it there for them, and if I'm not there, they can regulate it, you know. I don't have to worry about, if the red truck's sitting there and it starts raining, then I'm kind of out of luck if I'm not there to do something about it. As soon as we get money from what we've sold, I think I'm driving that truck straight to town to the trailer place and have it measured for a roll tarp, because I really need one on it. It's so nice to be able to just put the tarp up and not worry about it in the field. And now that I'm sure that I can get along with that truck, I don't have a problem with spending a little money on it. At first I wasn't really a fan, but after driving that red truck now, I'd almost rather drive it than this one. It's hard to go back and forth between the two because they shift so differently with how you have to run them, but I can get along with it now. But I still do like this blue truck. It's a nice little truck. I don't know, as far as harvest in the county goes, there's a lot of beans getting out this week. Consequently, the price went down again between yesterday and today, which is really handy for, you know, when you got a lot more in it than what you're going to get back out of it. That's great. There's still a lot of corn standing, so I'm not the only one. You know, there's some over there too. So I would venture to guess that the county is probably about 50% done, maybe. I don't know if that's quite that much, but up until it started raining a while ago, everybody was hitting it pretty hard. I'm probably not going to bore you with a drive. I'll bring you back in a little bit, but because this next stretch of road is gravel. There's a section that gets underwater, so it's never been paved, and it's not been too bad this week, but it does get pretty rough whenever, you know, especially when it rains, and then you got all these big trucks going back and forth over it. So like here, we're gonna meet one, so I should probably focus on my driving, and I'll bring you back later. Well, there was less on there, or more on there than I thought, 66 bushels, which I'm glad I did bring them, because there were some that were sticking to the floor. Because this truck, when we hurried up, it started raining. He was unloading into my red truck, which already had a pretty well full load of stuff on it, and he was topping it off. It started raining. This truck was sitting there empty with the tarp uncovered. So the bed got wet first, and then he unloaded into it. So That's another reason. And now, whilst I'm thinking about it, because I forgot a while ago, we're gonna go put fuel in this truck. I forgot a while ago, and then I had to get some out of cans and put it in to make sure I didn't run out, but they're nice enough to let me borrow the truck, so I try to put fuel in it. Oh, can't stand to be behind a truck, huh? That's fine. I hope you get where you're going 30 seconds faster than I do. Well, we're on our way back, almost to our destination. If it was warmer, I'd probably just park this truck at the next field and walk over to the Escape. It's probably only about a mile. But I'm also obese and kind of lazy, so probably just gonna drive it back over there. So we'll move over here. I don't know about those beans. They seem to be not very tall, although I haven't walked all the way back to the opposite end. I just don't think it did as good a job on that field as it did on some of the others. But I might be wrong. It might be deceiving what I can see and what is actually back in there. So we'll find out very shortly. Well, the combine's still there, so that's good. Nobody stole it. Escape. What have you been up to? Sitting here idly. Now I gotta remember where I hid the key. Not that anybody would really want this, but it is kind of handy. Plus, it holds a lot of crap you can throw inside that you don't want to get wet. I have got all kinds of stuff in here. I got a microwave, a broom, tractor parts, a vise. You just never know what you're gonna accumulate. Got a bunch of empty Mountain Dew bottles. But we're gonna go get the super cheap Super Duty and take it to town because I think it's got everything I need in it to change those batteries. I might grab a small Phillips screwdriver, which actually, maybe I shouldn't have went in the super cheap Super Duty. I think I got, oh, that's a flathead in my cup holder. Huh. Oh well, we'll get some stuff. And we'll take some stuff. And we'll do some stuff. But we're going to take that Moline coil. We're going to change those batteries. And probably most importantly of all, we're going to have a Mexican lunch, I think. I think I've earned it. For all my hard work. I mean, it's like 4:30 and I haven't eaten anything yet today. So, Mexican lunch it is. I wonder how many miles I've drove today. I've been in, what, 4 different vehicles? I've traveled this one road back and forth so many times, I don't know. Definitely more than probably a normal day, even if you count the school bus route. So, that's fine though. We're making money. Or we're making money. Making money? I don't know what the appropriate way to do that would be this year, because we're probably not really making money. We're probably maintaining what we have. That's probably not much of a profit. I don't know. Well, son of a Knutson, I just had my delicious Mexican lunch and I came out and it's pouring down rain. So, if it's doing this at home, I'd say we're pretty well done for today. And we may be done for tomorrow, I don't know. So, that figures. We got a lot more than I thought we would, but still, I was hoping that we could just wrap it totally up and not have to worry about it. But, such is life. My poor grain truck sitting outside. I don't know. That blue one's sitting outside too, and I forgot to roll the tarp up over it. That's bad. Hopefully they got there and fixed my mistake. Otherwise, we might have a problem. Anyway, we're gonna try to still go change those batteries in the drill. We're probably gonna get wet doing it, but I'm not making a special trip to town just to change some batteries. So we'll get over there. I'm pretty sure it's just AA batteries, but you got to take the thing off the drill to get into it. And luckily, right at the end of the street where the drill is a Dollar General, so we can get the thing apart, figure out what we need, run over there, get the new batteries, and then put her back together. Hopefully that will solve the issue they're having, because if it doesn't, then that means that meter needs replaced again. I want to say one side we're on the third one and the other side we're on the second one. They just do not last. Consequently, the one side, when it came, I realized, hey, it's going to be outside. It needs some kind of protection. So I cut a 2.5 gallon jug and I made a little hood for it, you know, so that it fit inside there, and then bolted it to the bracket. And when we ended up like a year later doing the other side, they made something exactly like what I made, except out of metal, that came in the kit now, a little hood that bolted behind it to keep it dry. So they realized too that water running down right on the thing probably wasn't a great idea. Boy, this is going to be a cold, miserable mess. Look at it in all its glory. What are we going to need? Well, more patience than we've got. Oh, headlights. Oh yeah, I could see it was kind of faded. Yeah, the red LEDs do look dark as well. Flathead screwdriver to start with, and a something. We'll pull it off of there. We'll take it in the truck with us in the dry. See, that's what I'm working on right now. I don't know why it couldn't wait to rain till later, while we're sleeping. That'd be a great time for it to rain. Oh, you know what I think I did? I bet. I wonder if I put a if I bolted the like 2-nut system. I don't remember. I wonder how many times it's been used since I brought it back the other day. I don't really want to look at anything else. But I can tell that it's been used because I can just tell. I can tell that a lot of, yeah. It is 2 nuts. That's what I thought. I bolted the thing on there solid, and then I used another nut and washers to put this cover on. That's why I was having such a hard time. Look at that. Look how dry it kept it. Proof that my little gizmo is working. And if a guy's little gizmo isn't working, he's got a sad time. Now, will it let us? I want to say that these are slotted, and they're not, aren't they? We might be able to just loosen them. finagle it out of there. Or not. Or let's just do it all the way. Why should we? All right. We should be able to pull this off, take it with us. See how cute it is? Now that we got that off of there, it's gonna stop raining. There's a rainbow mocking us, you know, letting us know that as soon as we're ready to put this back on, it will start raining again. Now, unfortunately, there's nowhere to set you that we can get a good shot of all this. Oh yeah, hey! Still looks like new inside. I can't imagine that these Chinesium batteries would be the problem, would they? Mercury and cadmium free. P+. Why? Of course, P+. Well, let's run up the street to the old dollar store, Dollar General, the General Dollar Store, and we'll see if we can't rectify this problem. All right, got back from the old General Dollar Store, and I got these. Of course, I need 3, and they come in a pack of 4. And I was grabbing these off the shelf, and the lady came running over. She's like, "What are you doing?" And said, the cheap batteries are back here. I said, "Well, I don't want cheap batteries. I don't want to have to keep running after this. I want the most expensive, best ones." So I'm not putting in Chinesium batteries again, even though these are probably made there too. But at least this is a brand I recognize with the pink bunny. He says as he drops one of the new batteries immediately down between the seat of his pickup. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. A 3. Oh yeah, that works much more better. See, that side of the drill has 633 hours on it since, or acres on it, since I changed this. And this is the second one of these on this side. The first one didn't make it, so the second one is when I made that hood. So it's hard saying how many acres total that side's got on, because this is the 3rd acre counter on this side of the drill, and the other side's on its second one, as far as I know. That's in the time that I serviced it. That's how many it's been through. But basically, you push the little star to toggle through. Total acres 960. Okay, so the field, and then that tells it how to calibrate all that stuff. And then pulse password, I don't remember what that code means. I had to enter in a password, but I don't remember how that worked. So anyway, and I would have thought the battery light would have been on if it was low battery, but I don't know. It stays on for a few seconds, and then after you don't touch any buttons, it goes out. So let's put the cover back on and see about putting it back on the drill. And then test it again and make sure that it's still lighting up. Sure. I thought last time I was able to like do that and get it in there, but whatever. I've had to do stuff before that I didn't want to do, so why should today be any different? I like to cheat the system a little bit. Save some steps for myself. Now, let's hook this up before we forget. I could just see me drive off and not plug it in, and then it wouldn't count. Wouldn't that be funny? Alright. Put our homemade hood on. Because it works, friends. Proof of concept, see? I cut it obnoxiously big enough so that I knew water could not get to that thing. put that on. There. All right, do you work? Yes. Good deal. For good measure, let's check this one. You can see their version of the shield, which is so nice. Enter password. Okay, no. 112 field acres, 112 total acres. That doesn't seem right. Wonder if that's not been counted. Well, I wonder if that's not been counting right. That seems awfully low. Unless somebody got in there and cleared it out. Which is always what that's why there's a password, because I'm always afraid somebody did that. But whatever. I can't help it. As long as it does what it's supposed to, I can't be people's conscience for them too. That's not my part of this equation. You know, that's like when they call and ask me what I think they should charge, you know, because somebody rented it and this and that happened. Well, that's not my part of this deal. I'm not in the charge of the renting and what it costs and all that. I'm just supposed to take care of it. I need to get that thing out of here. They want me to get rid of that. So I'm afraid though that this tire isn't got enough air in it. I think we'll call this a video. I got enough stuff. You got to see a variety of nonsense of just errands, basically me running around. But we should be caught up, and if this rain quits, then we can get back to doing stuff that makes us a lot of money. Not a lot of money, but makes back some of the money that we lost, you know, or put into it, I should say. So we're gonna call this one here, and I'll see you in the next one. Do you suffer from low intelligence and are easily entertained? Well, then hit that thumbs up button and leave a comment. And that way we can keep making entertainment that your feeble minds can understand. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.